Thanks to viewer suggestions through Facebook, today's episode is all about my top 5 kitchen essentials. Hi everyone, welcome to another Fast 5 episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Now you know, I always tell you at the end of every episode, write in your comments. And recently, we started our new Facebook page. A viewer, Gwen, wrote in suggesting that we do some top 10 episodes. Top 10 kitchen gadgets, top 10 pantry items, top 10 techniques, whatever. So we're taking it a little bit further, and we thought, what a great way to do a series of Fast 5 episodes. So today's Fast 5 episode are the top 5 kitchen essentials that I feel everyone should have in their kitchen. First up are knives. Now, knives are a very personal thing. And so many of my friends who work as professional chefs, they always complain that people always ask them, what should I look for on knives? Take me knife shopping. What should I do? There are 4 basic knives that everyone should have. A chef's knife. It's very utilitarian. This is an 8-inch. They come in 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch. It can slice, it can dice, it can chop, anything you need. This is my go-to knife. Next is a slicing knife. Now, although my chef's knife can slice, this is a little longer. And you're going to get that long, consistent slicing action when you're slicing a roast or a bird or whatever. You want that long, consistent stroke. Next up, a bread knife or a long serrated slicing knife. Again, great for cutting bread because like a regular slicer, you get the long strokes. But these are also great for tomatoes, things like that that have a rough skin. Finally, a paring knife. Now, this is just a little, 4-inch paring knife. Feels great in my hand. You use these for very detailed work. Scraping out a little seed, cutting the ribs out of a green pepper or something like that. You wouldn't want to try and slice a tomato or slice through a steak with this. This is for little delicate work. So these are 4 basic knives, so you can buy them each individually. I would avoid buying the box sets because they just have a lot of extra things that you probably don't need. My next top 5 recommendation is a cast iron skillet. Now, I have 3 different types here. They're all very, very old. They're all things that were gifted to me. I got this large 12-inch and this little 6-inch around the same time that a friend of mine had in his basement forever. Now, cast iron is great. It's indestructible, folks. Really is. Don't be afraid of it. Don't worry about you can't use soap on it. You can. I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher. But the more you use it, the more seasoned it gets and the more non-stick it will be. Now here's the greatest thing about cast iron. You can fry, you can saute, you can make soups, you can bake, you can do anything in a good cast iron skillet. And you will get cooking like you've never had before if you grew up on Teflon. I have 3 different sizes here. I have a big 12-inch. I have a very old one that you use to make cornbread, the baking part. And then I had this little tiny 6-inch one that I'm slowly reseasoning. Now we'll have another whole episode dedicated to seasoning and care of cast irons, but here's the 3 selections, and I guarantee you'll love using your cast iron. So my next top 5 essential is a selection of cutting boards. Now I have a selection here. I have some plastic and I have some wooden ones. I use them for different things. My wooden ones are always my go-to. I have this large one that you've seen in probably most episodes, or you've seen this small one. These are my 2 go-tos. I use them for almost everything. I have some plastic ones that I will use along with the wooden ones if I'm doing raw poultry or raw fish, if I just want to not dirty this board and cut something small, I'll pull out a nice small one and put it right on top. What's the difference? These guys go in the dishwasher, these do not. But these can be cleaned just as well as the plastic ones, so don't worry about contaminating or anything like that. Personally, I like the wooden ones a little better because they're a little easier on my knives, but the plastic ones are good. Don't use the glass ones or metal ones. Don't use your knives on any of those. They're no good. Stick with wood or plastic every time. My next top 5 essential are Dutch ovens. Now I have here 2 cast iron enamel lined Dutch ovens. I have a 6-quart and a 4-quart. And much like cast iron skillets, these are just about indestructible. Now, they're so versatile. You can make soups and stews. You can put them in the oven. You can deep fry. You can braise. You've seen me use them in a lot of episodes. So I highly recommend buying a few of these. You can get very, very, very expensive ones, or you can find them that are not quite so expensive. Buy what you can afford and take care of them. My final, top essential, is a good thermometer or 2. I have 2 thermometers here. I have a stick thermometer and I have a probe thermometer. What's the difference? The stick thermometer is very good for measuring the temperature of oil, taking a quick temperature of a steak or whatever it is you're cooking, just to make sure. The probe thermometer, which has this long wire attached, this is what you're going to use on a turkey or a roast. This part goes in the oven and this part stays out. So you can set the temperature on this one to tell you when it is. And why is that important? Because a few degrees, even 5 degrees, makes a difference between an overdone roast or a dried out turkey. Now these are really the more expensive ones. I was fortunate to get them, but you can get them in any of your kitchen stores for $12 or $15, or you can go up to $100. So that's all the time we have today. Thank you for joining me for another Fast 5 episode. Now, we will put links up in the comment section of a lower end and a higher end of all of these items. Now, for the record, guys, I am not sponsored by any of these products. I'm not endorsing any of them. I get nothing from it if you buy one or you don't buy one. This is just what I like and what I use, and I'm giving you some options. Now, as always, you can watch us any old time at youtube.com/Let's Celebrate TV. While you're there, remember, hit that like button, hit that notification button, and what do I always say? I say subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And like today's episode came from Facebook, follow us at facebook.com/Let's Celebrate TV. We love hearing from you. Keep it up. Thanks again for joining me. My name is Peter Lee. I'm your host. Cheers.